Hey Leo, Mariah here. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing really well. I hope you're okay. So I want to get into your general messages. Whatever comes out is going to come out. You know how we normally do here on this channel. No holds bars. Whatever comes forward, I'm going to let my intuition and spirit speak. And that is that. So let's hop right into your reading and see what is going on for you. So spirit guides, angels, and sisters, please let me know what is going on with Leo. What do you need them to know? Just whatever is coming to your mind, spirit, whatever needs to be conveyed for the collective of my Leos. So we have balance, if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but balance. And we also have, actually, let me cover this up before I get demonetized. We got liberation coming out. First thing that's coming to my mind is a song by Jay-Z. It's called Lost Ones. But specifically, the lyric that he says, people saying that they made Hove. Well, okay, so make another Hove. And he was talking about how people claim that they made him and they made him who he was. But if that's the case, then go ahead and make another one. This comes back to your energy. I think that's why I'm getting that reference point, because Leo, your energy is undeniable. I don't care if you're an introverted Leo or you're extroverted Leo, or maybe you're even in between as an ambivert, where you can be extroverted, but you can also be introverted. Can't no one claim domain over who you are and the man or woman that you are and why you are the way you are today. Even if people want to try to tag along or try to say, well, I helped Leo, or I helped Leo get to this or that, or I know Leo. No one's made, I think this is just a reference point back to you, just to keep in mind and remember that no one made you who you were. You made you who you were. Life experiences have shaped you. Events that you've gone through have shaped you, but you still have domain over your life. You can't let anyone take that from you. I think that's what Spirit is just wanting to reinforce here as I'm going through these cards. But let's keep going here. Let's keep going. Tell me more for Leo. What else does Leo need to know at this time? We got the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. I don't know if you can see it, but it's the Knight of Earth in this deck. What else does Leo need to know at this time, Spirit? I'm also hearing that I'm getting another reference point. Two of Pentacles. We got the Queen of Swords. And we got the Moon in the reverse. Wow. Six of Wands in the reverse. Wow. Okay. You are a mirror. I kid you not. Somebody that's watching this is a motherfucking mirror. Excuse my language. Sorry. Somebody that's watching this is a mirror. And that is that's a blessing and a curse to hold that kind of power all at the same time. Somebody is a mirror. And when I say you're a mirror, Leo, you reflect back to others either their strengths or their weaknesses. You reflect back to others either their insecurities or their abilities. And this makes it very difficult to build relationships. This makes it difficult to build bonds. This makes it difficult to really have solid people in your life. But it's a blessing at the same time too, because when you are a mirror, and that's what it feels like spiritually, when you are a mirror and you're able to reflect back somebody's good behavior or poor behavior, if somebody's not fully awakened or spiritually enlightened enough, they will see their behaviors in you, because again, you're a mirror, so you're reflecting it back to them. They will see that and run. They will see that and get disgusted. They will see that and be repelled by it. And it's not because of you. They just are being repelled by their own actions that they're showing to you, but you're showing it back to them. Again, you're a mirror. But also it's a blessing, because when you are a mirror to somebody that's in their light, in their truth, walking in their power, by you being the mirror, you amplify their energy back to them. But because you run the line of a double-edged sword of how you, it almost feels like a natural gift or ability. I feel like this is about to be unhinged. I'm sorry. I feel like it's about to be a fucking unhinged reading. What the fuck? Sorry. But that's what this feels like. I know I ain't off. I know I ain't off. But that's what that feels like. Because it's a blessing, because when you can show somebody the positive attributes of their strengths, their courage, their love, their capacity that they have within themselves, and you reflect that back to them, it's like you recharge them, but you get recharged off of it. But you don't, it's hard to meet, because a lot of people are moving through this world or society unhealed. You naturally, just naturally, by being a mirror, you will tend to reflect back to other people a lot of their bad behaviors and a lot of circumstances or behaviors that they show up in circumstances that is not conducive to positive outcomes. I don't care if this is family members, friendships, romantic partnerships, hell, even your coworkers or the people you do business with. You show them a version of themselves that they're showing to other people out in the world, but because you're reflecting it. And I think this comes back to your natural energy. I feel like this is somebody, I'm dealing with the Leo spiritually. I don't want to go too far left and I don't want to go too far left and too like sci-fi with this, but it almost feels kind of like this is a ability, a gift, some form of like, I don't like I said, I don't like to go too left and then start sounding all weird and crazy. I know y'all tell me I don't sound crazy, but I be feeling like, I genuinely do be feeling like I sound crazy. But it is that where you do have that ability. And if I go even deeper into you being a mirror aside, I think when it comes to your life experiences, Leo, it's very difficult to attract what meets you on your energetic or frequency level, because you give what you get naturally. So whether it's a career, whether it's friendships, whether it's love relationships, most people walk around unhealed. Most people walk around wounded. Most people walk around with baggage and damage. So it's hard to find people that you connect with. It's hard to find relationships that's on the same page or that's similarly yoked. It's hard to find that career or that job that just really resonates with you, or that really sits in the soul just right, whether it's from the work environment or to the actual industry, because you internally, you attract what you are naturally. But because of how you're set up, more so like preordained, you're meant to be a mirror in this lifetime. So when you deal with situations that are just not in alignment with you, it almost kind of feels like you're isolated, or you feel like you're ostracized, or you feel like to some degree people just don't get you. They don't understand you. They don't get how you move. They don't get who you are. It almost makes you feel like you're on an island by yourself, because you are a mirror and you're a reflection of others, you reflect back to people who they are, but that's not who you are internally. So finding things that match who you are internally seems to be fucking difficult. And I'm dropping my phone. My phone is like, okay, girl, you going off a little too much. My phone is like, girl, you going off a little too much. Let me put it to the side. But that's what that feels like. And I almost want to ask on your behalf, why me though? Why me? Not saying me personally, but just on your behalf. That's just what I energetically feel coming from you over into the spread. But why me? Why was I chosen to be a mirror? Why was I chosen to be a reflector for people and circumstances? Why was this my path? Why can't you, and mind you, it's like you can look at other people and they're getting those marriages and the relationships they want, or they're finally getting into that career they desired, or making the money that they want. And it's like on your end, you're doing everything within your means or within your reason or know-how to align yourself with the outcomes that you want, just like how other people are getting their outcomes or how you're seeing out there in society. But it's like, why is it not happening for me? Why is it not coming in for me? And that's what makes me go back a little further into you. I feel like it's a little unhinged. I feel like this is what makes me go back a little into you when it comes to that. Because I think when we're dealing with a person, you specifically, Leo, being a mirror, you're an empath. You absorb. You don't necessarily digest what you absorb, but you absorb it and you push it back out. Especially if it's not good, right? It's like you take the medicine and spit the rest out. The people that aren't good for you, give it back out. You don't want to take that energy, you send that energy back out. The people that are good for you, you absorb it, you take it in. But when it comes to you and you're aligning, why isn't it happening? Or why don't you see certain outcomes that other people get? And not saying you're comparing or not saying you're jealous of other people, but when is it your turn? When is it my time? When is it my time to finally live in the sun? When is it my time to finally have that life that I want? When is it my time to finally stop being a projector for other people and circumstances in life, and I actually get to be a recipient of all the benefits that I get? Because I am a healer, because I am a light, because I am somebody who is trying to move through the world with good intentions, or at least trying to be in my own corner of the universe and just mind my own business, right? Sometimes we're just trying to mind our own business and get through life. But I think what's really interesting, what it feels like spiritually or soulfully, is you're going to be having your first soul connection. I look at life, me personally, I look at life in quadrants, right? You got your first half, your second half, third half, and your later half. And it feels like I'm speaking to a Leo who's gone through the first half of their life, being a mirror for others, maybe even the second half, depending on where you are in your life, you know? But now you're with the experiences and the wisdom. I think that's the most important part, the wisdom that you've gained from being a mirror, of being able to spot and being able to be a projector and reflector back to others, and you're showing and highlighting people's. And mind you, this has pushed people away, not because of you, but because they were not ready to receive you. That company and that job was not aligned with you. The people that you were dealing with romantically was not aligned with you. And you had to see it by being a mirror, but you also had to show them that you are not aligned. You are still damaged. You got some healing to do. Friend, family, or lover aside, it does not matter. You still were showing these people. But I think, Leo, in this quadrant that you're moving to in your life, and maybe this is your 2024 year, it feels like you're getting ready to deal with your first real, and I mean real soul connection. And I don't mean in the sense of love. We hear soul connection and we automatically think and go to our love life. So this doesn't necessarily, it could be love for some people, but I'm not reducing it to love. This feels like, this feels like more so finally, as a mirror that you are, finally meeting those friend groups, that romantic partner, aligning with that job, that on a soulful level, you no longer have to project back to somebody else or a circumstance or situation the negative energy that they give out. This is like you being able to receive as a mirror, right? You're no longer having to be the reflector. Now you get to be the receiver. And this is it feels like getting that job that finally, maybe you worked multiple different jobs and just maybe it didn't really feel right. Maybe certain aspects of it that you liked, but other aspects it was just like, it just didn't really fit totally. Maybe in the love relationships, your friendships, just the puzzle never really went together, right? It was like two magnets that just repelled each other. It's like now you're moving into a season where it's like, finally I get to receive what is beneficial for me. I no longer have to take on this mirror energy that was already gifted or put upon me, whether good or bad, depending on how you look at that kind of energy as being a mirror. Now I finally get to align with something that is right for my soul, that I can be comfortable in, that I can feel secure in, that I can feel safe in, that I can feel reassured in. That this is right. This feels right. I think about people, and it's not too often, but you will hear people that say, I'm in the job of my dreams, or I'm in the career of my dreams, or I'm dealing with the love of my life, or, with my friend group, I'm so blessed to have the friends that I have, or I'm so blessed to live where I live and have the home that I have. It's like, you were not fated to suffer. Hear me again. You were not fated to suffer. And I think that's what Spirit is showing you, or getting ready to show you, with the alignment of the situations that are going to be very beneficial for you, whether it is location wise, finally moving somewhere where you feel a sense of home and it's like, finally my soul is connected to this place, or your friendships, finally my soul has met its soul tribe and I feel really connected with these friends. Your relationship partner, finally I met somebody who has the same equally yoked soul as me and I'm not dealing with the high highs and the low lows. finally I'm in a career that really appreciates me and that I actually enjoy doing, and financially it matches what I'm looking for. That's what the soul connection reminds me of. But it feels like you're moving into the soul connection after a period of your life of being a mirror. And it almost, and if I'm, again, I'm not trying to go too far left, but if I was to really go deeper into it, you've always been a mirror, even dating back to your early years. Your early years. It's like you may have had issues or problems even with your authority figures, whether it's parents, guardians, etc., to some degree, because you mirrored back who they were, right? It's cool when they do it, but when you do it, it's an issue, right? That's that mirror effect. Y'all can, as a parent or a guardian, you can say this and that, but then your actions speak differently. So when I go off the actions, now it's a problem. This feels like it goes back. I ain't trying to go too far left, but it just feels like it goes back. Just like how I said, it's like, do as I say and not as I do. You may have grown up with people that had the mindset of do as I say and not as I do. And their actions of what they did may have not been something that you should have followed, but their words were not matching their actions. So when you show up in your life, and mind you, this goes back to childhood, whether it is maybe your emotionality, any type of temperament issues, any type of emotional issues, you show those things on the surface through your childhood. Now your guardians or parents are looking at you a certain kind of way, but it's like, I only know this because of this is what I saw from you. You've been a mirror since your childhood, and this has been duplicated and replicated in your adulthood, you being a reflector back to other people. Again, it's cool when they do it, it's a problem when I fucking do it. Sorry, I don't mean to get too all in your reading. Sometimes I just get a little emotionally charged with you, Leo. You know me. But that's what that reminds me of. And it's when is it my turn? When is it my time in the sun? When is it my time to finally receive? When is it my time to stop looking at everybody else getting married or having their kids or getting that job they want or making this kind of money or living this kind of life or having this kind of living situation or knowing their path or knowing their purpose? When is it my time? And I think this is the important thing for somebody, especially, and this ain't for everybody because everybody ain't a mirror. Everybody got different paths. Everybody got different tasks and objectives in this life. Not everybody will be a fucking mirror. I keep cussing. Again, I'm so sorry. I don't want to get demonetized. I don't want to get demonetized. But everybody has their own individual path and place and purpose in this life. And I think for you, Leo, whoever resonates with being a mirror, no longer, don't get me wrong, you're always going to have that quality. That's a gift. It's a blessing and a curse, depending on how you look at it, being a mirror. But now in this lifetime, in this new quadrant of life that you're moving into, you're a recipient. You're not the receiver and giver, you're a recipient. And it's time for you to receive what you've been asking for, what you've been searching for, and what you've been wanting. It's time for you to be free from that mirror objective that's been placed on you that you've had to deal with since childhood and growing up. No more. And I think what breaks that mold from mirror to now recipient is because of the wisdom that's gained. Because of the wisdom of seeing certain people that project themselves a certain way and you learning from that and being able to adapt, because you're a very adaptable person. It feels like I'm dealing with a Leo that's almost chameleon-like. You can adapt to any circumstance. You can adapt to any social situation. You can adapt in the room. You're very, not in a fake way, but you know, it's almost like social, what's it called? Social decorum or like decorum or social graces. Like you know how to maneuver through rooms. You know how to maneuver through people. You know how to deal with people that are this kind of personality and that are this kind of personality. And through these experiences that you've learned, it's like you've placed yourself in a prime seat of, okay, I know how these people around this environment tend to move. I know how these people who have these kind of backgrounds move. I know how when a person starts talking like this or approaching me like this, I know how to move around them. I know when this person starts showing up in my life this kind of way and moving like that, I know how to handle them. And because of every single lesson that you learn from all of these circumstances and experiences, it's now placed you in a seat to be a receiver and a recipient of your turn. Because now you know not only, and I don't want to speak out of turn here, you not only know how to look for certain things because your discernment is sharp by you being a mirror, but when the opportunities start to align themselves with you, which it feels like, and again, even though the cards are here, I'm just really, to be honest, I'm really going off what my intuition and what my gut is saying and what spirit is telling me. You really know how to, when an opportunity comes, and not only seize it and see it because of your experiences and wisdom that you've learned, but because you've been such a mirror to other people, now it's time for you, and you're in this energy of, okay, but it's me. I can't be a mirror for other people anymore. I've been a mirror. I've been the one that has been the healer. I've been the one that's been the helper. I've been the one that's tried to make other people see the light or see aspects of themselves. If they don't want to, that's fine. That's not my place. That's not my space anymore. You're not, I don't want to say you're selfish, season, because that can have some negative connotations. But it's all about, well, I have to get my SOS, my lifeboat first, and move myself towards the opportunities that are going to benefit me first, versus being a mirror for other people and trying to help them and show them. I think you're in a season of really putting you first. But it's not just you, because it's when preparation meets opportunity, things strike. I think you're moving into a season just energetically. I don't know if this has to deal with maybe transits or maybe just a season that you're moving into life, because that's what this feels like. The energy is shifting. And I think this part is out of your control. There's really nothing you can do about this. Sometimes the energy just has to shift. Sometimes life has to shift. The universe has to shift for you. I think you're moving into a space where that Pandora's box is opening up for you. But with that Pandora's box opening up for you, you're making sure that you dive in heads first, versus considering, well, this person or that person or that person. And you're not doing it from a selfish space. You're doing it from a space of self-preservation, because you've been a mirror all your life. Because it's been cool when they did it, but it's a problem when you do it. Because other people try to claim domain over your life, or circumstances try to claim domain over your life, but now you're taking that back. That's what this feels like. And no, I mean, I can't tell you that the people that you were a mirror to, that they're going to be happy about it. I mean, more so in the negative sense, people you're a mirror to in a negative sense. I can't say that they're going to be happy about it, because it's almost looking at by you moving into this Pandora's box and actually being able to be a recipient of opportunities, right? Being able to have that home, that love, that career that you're really looking for. Those kind of people, you're a reflection of how inferior they are, how incapable they are. And I don't ever mean to talk ill about anybody, or, they are who they are. But that's what happens when you're a light and you're a mirror reflection to somebody's darkness. You show light on their shadow sides. And because you've always tried to keep yourself, and don't get me wrong, we can waver at times, but you always try to keep yourself in the light. The people that you show that mirror to, and their inferior complex comes out, their shadow sides come out, when you finally, oh my God, I'm in that home that I've always wanted. Now I feel like I got that soul connection to a place that makes me feel rooted, or oh my God, that job or that love. They're going to see how inferior they are, because again, you were a mirror of them. So they, in their minds, looked at you on the same level as them, but you never were. You were just a reflection. That wasn't who you were at your core. Ooh. I feel like, it's a bad Leo. Jeez. I hope this makes sense to you. I do. I think you're getting ready to open up your Pandora's box. I think, you're going to know where you're at, because if you still have that desire and need to be a mirror, right? That desire and need to help others, pull others up that are in their shadow states, that are still in negative energy, that are still, dealing with lower level frequencies and vibrations, you're not here yet. I'm going to let you know that, no, you're not here yet to receive this. But if you are that Leo where that doesn't entice you anymore, you don't want to be that mirror reflection anymore for negative or low vibrational people, unless that's your career, right? You're a therapist, you're a doc, that's it. But on your personal time, being a mirror reflection for people, when you get tired of doing that, when you get fully fed up, that feels like when you start moving into the season of, okay, I'm a recipient of that soul connection, or the soul connection again, not necessarily romantic, but things in life that you soulfully feel connected to. I think that's when this starts happening. So I feel like it's a little bit unhinged. I do feel like I was a little bit unhinged in this reading, Leo, but I hope it makes sense. I really do hope it makes sense. Know that it's been a pleasure to read for you. And like I said, you'll know where you're at on this journey depending on where you're at. You will know. You will absolutely know. I don't second guess it in my gut. Just know I love you. Bye, Leo.